And how is everybody doing this fine day? I hope everybody's having a great day. My name is Alan Roberts. It's a little chilly where I'm at, so that's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I almost never wear one because I don't live where it gets cold because I hate cold. Cold, fuck cold. Anyway, but today I wanted to talk about the reasons why 500-pound Anna O'Brien always has inflammation. And we talk about this young lady, well, young old lady, because again, even though she's old actually. I think she's 40 or she's getting ready to turn 40. You guys always know how old these people are. Tell me how old she is in the chat. But um, she's up there. Like stuff start. I always point this out. Like it's weird how these body positivity people and fat activists and stuff like that. How they're so like nothing's wrong with me and I'm fine. And just because I'm big doesn't mean I can't blah 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 blah. Yet, all of a sudden, in the last couple of years, she has started to really start seeing the negative consequences of her actions. Yet, it's not her fault. And I would just like to say, first of all, of course, it is absolutely your fault. You are the one that has eaten this way for a long time. It's not like she doesn't know that obesity is bad for her. Her mother and sister, from what I understand, died of obesity related complications. That is literally one of the telltale signs that she is mentally ill. Is that people close to her died from what she does to herself. So Cassandra G just said, "Hey, now 40 isn't old," and I agree with you, seeing as how I'm going to be 54 here this summer. But when you are 500 pounds, 40 is absolutely fucking ancient. Um, she will not see another decade of life unless she radically changes. There's no way. I believe she's probably only got another couple years before she is immobile. She could throw an ankle injury at any given time that could lead to her death. And people do not understand this. Like I've said this before, a broken ankle for a 500-pound person could easily kill them. One, they do not heal nearly as fast as somebody that hasn't gluttoned themselves to that size. The constant state of inflammation that they're in leads it so that they don't heal that well. I got a white fuzzy on me; it's driving me crazy. There we go. And if she would blow out a knee, it's over, like over. I mean, I don't say this stuff because I want it to happen. That's another weird thing I got going on like lately. So I know, swear a lot, I'm rough, that sort of thing. I just want like if I hated fat people, if I hated them, if I just was fat phobic and could not stand the thought or that anything like that of fat people, if I just wanted them to disappear, I would encourage them all to eat pizza daily and drink soda daily. I would encourage them all to sit on their ass and do nothing but, watch TV. I would encourage all of them to, as much as they humanly possibly can, eat as many ultra processed foods as they can get down their gullet on any given day. If I disliked fat people, I would do the things that fat acceptance and body positivity does to them, because it is a death cult. Fat acceptance and body positivity are absolutely a death cult, and they are proliferating the actions and celebrating the lifestyle behaviors that, in fact, are killing people. And that is not even a question. That is not up for debate. When you have 500-pound women filming themselves, like, here's what I ate every day. I posted something on my X account of a woman who sat down and ordered. She's like, of course, I ordered everything on the menu. This woman went to Taco Bell and ordered everything on the menu and ate everything on the menu as if it was a Tuesday. It's just a Tuesday order, that's just not healthy or good or anything like. And she is happy about it. She is celebrating it. I don't understand why we can't see this. I mean, of course, we don't want anybody to feel bad about themselves. I mean, I don't care if you feel bad about yourself. Frankly, a lot of people should feel way worse about themselves. But it's this thing where, like, everybody needs to be told how awesome they are, no matter what they do to themselves, society, their friends, family, the culture. And this lady, Anna O'Brien, is absolutely one of them. So, just to pull up the pictures. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to watch video of her because, frankly, I can't stand listening to her talk. I just absolutely cannot stand listening to her talk. And her words are absolutely meaningless. She lies a lot, like a lot. She lies a lot. And the reason why you know they are lies is because so many people point out that they're lying, and she doesn't take anybody to court because then she would get to she would have to, have full disclosure. People would get discovery, and that would include her records for how much food she eats, like the how much money she spends on food, and what her doctors say, and then she would open herself to a medical assessment also, and that's just not going to happen. Like, I mean, I've had that was another slew of things recently. Like, aren't you afraid of these people suing you? I was like, for saying true shit. I'm sorry, but like, if it's true shit, please do try to take me to court. I will countersue you, and I will own everything you fucking own for the mere audacity of trying to proclaim that I was lying. It's just not a real thing. That's why they don't sue me. I've had so many people say, like, wonder how I've never gotten sued over the years. Because as long as you say the truth with statistical and scientific backing, there's very little that they can do. Like, what are you going to do? Sue me because I said harsh shit? Sorry, but what you think is harsh, I think is love. Like me saying to somebody like Anna O'Brien, you really need to lose weight because you are eating yourself to death and being fat as fuck is unhealthy for you on 100% of the time. That's valid. I can prove it in a court of law. I can prove that being morbidly obese is unhealthy 100% of the time, literally just off the existence of fucking gravity. I can literally just sit on the stand, throw an apple in the air, and as it falls on the ground, be like, okay, for every pound of apples I throw in the air, there is 4 to 10 pounds of pressure per square inch extra on a person's joint for every apple they eat, every pound of apples they eat. And I just don't understand why people can't get there. That's why people have to resort to, well, you're a horrible person and this and that. And that's, you can think whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't give a shit. You can't, the thing that you don't hear anybody, and I mean anybody, say about me is that I'm, lying or wrong about this shit, because it's all fact. And one more time, we're going to just go to a few things I wanted to point out, because I really don't, I'm kind of over all of these people. I'm just going to like, I'm just putting it out there. I'm truly kind of over all of them. There we go. It's so mind numbing, right? It's like, it's this mind numbing thing of like, we have to somehow pretend that they're healthy and shit like that. So this woman, Anna O'Brien, aka Glitter and Delusion, I mean lasers. This is her from my iCloud, but it's so wild, right? So this is from her TikTok. She thinks of herself as something of a model, which is also very funny. It's very funny because you're not. Proclaiming you are is wild. I don't know how she is making so much money or how she gets so much traction, because very frankly, she doesn't even get that much interaction on TikTok anymore. And the tide is turning. So here in 2025, when we start making America healthy again, a lot of these people, there will be pushback. There will be pushback. You watch, but a lot of these fat influencers are going to be very, 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 very upset, because the protection that they have been granted so far is not going to actually be there anymore. Yeah, she's on Walmart website for modeling clothes. She's not, I mean, it's not really, well, I guess it is, but that is what it is. I'm good for her. I hope she makes and spends a lot of money, because she doesn't need to save it for retirement, because that's not happening. She's not going to make it. But if you take a look, this is 2 enormous macarons. And I'm already waiting to hear the people like, oh, she can't even enjoy herself a little bit. No, this woman openly professes to have inflammatory issues. She has lipedema, which is also an inflammatory issue. that causes inflammation. And I just, she can't. No, she shouldn't. Excuse me. If you weigh 400 pounds, you might want to consider never, ever eating sugar or ultra processed food ever again. I know that I personally, in our coaching, in Crystal and my coaching, we try our very, very best to have it so the person, like, as much that can be left on the menu is left on the menu. As an instance, we always talk about this because this is something about me, but I won't ever eat peanut M&Ms or anything that has like the same kind of texture, crunch, flavor, anything like that. Like I won't eat knockoff peanut M&Ms either. I don't even eat really M&Ms anymore, although the last time I ate them was about 6 years ago, and it wasn't that big of a problem. But I just don't want to risk it because I'm super fucking healthy and I feel super fucking good. I'm 5 days away from 3 years and 11 months no binges. Why risk it, right? Because I know that me binging will put me in the ground. It would kill me. It would steal me away from the life that I love with my wife, my son, our animals. I even just got a new puppy. You know, like it would steal me away from all that, and it would absolutely reduce down my quality of time that I have left with them, because her quality of life is absolute shit. It's just absolute shit. But this is her. This is another one. She has got, like, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but from what I understand, this woman is back on Wegovy and she's gaining weight. Like she's absolutely gaining weight. She's looking very big. This woman, by the way, has had 3 liposuction surgeries. 3. And just look at the inflammation. I also wanted to point out something. I always, for some reason, can't stand this about her. But the open mouth smile, it's not here, but the open mouth smile here, the open mouth smile here, the open mouth smile here, the open mouth gluttony here. And then, that's a different person. Okay, so, but if you check all of her stuff, that open mouth smile is like how she's almost trained herself to take pictures. Like you can watch her being like, she videos herself sometimes, and then somebody will go to take a picture, and when she poses, she does that thing. I don't get it. I don't understand. You are not a model. No. This is very bad. She has gained weight again. For her to gain weight, and I don't mean inflammation weight, because she is very clearly inflamed, but I don't mean that weight. I mean weight. She's very likely eating 5,000 calories a day. The macarons don't surprise me by any stretch of the imagination. But let's check this out here. So she thinks she's funny. I'm sure this is for an ad, by the way, of some kind. I don't know. But let's just do this, shall we? That's an influencer smile. Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand it. But that's just my personal opinion. Let's go to this. We're going to show the window. Boom. So I have said for a long time. Sure. Window. Oh, sure. There it is. Okay. Ultra-processed foods linked to premature death. Increased consumption of ultra-processed foods was associated with more than 10% of all-cause premature preventable deaths. Which, by the way, I saw some new statistics today that says that 500,000 deaths a year in America are attributable to being overweight or obese. 500,000 deaths a year. That is like, 1.35 or 1,300 a day, something like that. 1,300 to 1,400 deaths a day. Are literally about being overweight or obese, right? So this is ultra-processed foods, ready to eat or heat. Industrial formulations made with ingredients extracted from foods or synthesized in laboratories have gradually been replacing traditional foods and meals made from fresh and minimally processed ingredients. This is the Journal of Preventive Medicine. out of Brazil. Previous modeling studies have estimated that health and economic burden of critical ingredients such as sodium, sugar, and trans fat and specific foods and drinks. It's just, it is unhealthy for everybody. This is another one. Let me pull that up there a little bit. This is premature deaths attributed to the consumption of ultra-processed foods from Brazil. That is actually the study based off of what we were just talking about. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that there was studies connected to all of this. This one is, I read, whoop, no, they deleted that one. Whoopsie. This one is Harvard. Eating ultra-processed foods ties to cognitive decline. This is recent. This is recent. And this is also, I believe, a study out of Brazil that shows that when you eat 20% or more ultra-processed foods as a total amount of your nutrition, that you have increased cognitive and executive function, the brain decrease. And they studied, oh no, this one is the study of involvement of 11,000 dementia-free people. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Because there's many, many, many. Let's go here. This is ultra-processed food inflammation, the battle of heart health. Over the past few decades, we have witnessed unprecedented growth in the new data that has fundamentally changed our traditional understanding of the progression of osteothoracic plaques, as well as strategic and prevention of cardiovascular disease, especially osteosclerosis. It was once believed that osteosclerosis, my ADHD doesn't want to say it, was primarily caused by abnormal lipid buildup, which is wrong. It's not cholesterol. It's not. It's the inflammation. What happens is inflammation happens throughout your body from being super fat and from eating the food that gets you to be super fat. And the inflammation causes problems with the vessels in your heart and the valves in your heart. And then the cholesterol comes in afterwards to fix the issue. One more time, the conversation. Ultra-processed foods is not just low nutrient value that's a concern. In the US, UK and US and Canada, ultra-processed foods now account for 50% or more of calories consumed, which means we're stupid as fuck also. This is concerning given that the foods are being linked to a number of different health conditions, including greater risk of obesity and various chronic illnesses such as cardiovascular disease and dementia. Ultra-processed foods are concoctions of various industry ingredients, emulsifiers, thickeners, artificial flavors, that sort of thing. Sugary drinks also take a huge portion of that. The role of inflammation. The first study, which we looked at, over 20,000 healthy, I think it's supposed to believe, Italian adults, found that participants who consumed the highest number of ultra-processed foods had an increased risk of dying prematurely from any cause. The second study, which looked at over 50,000 U.S. male health professionals, found high consumption of ultra-processed foods was associated with greater risk of colon cancer. What's more interesting about these studies is that the health risks from eating a diet high in ultra-processed foods remained even after they had accounted for the poor nutrition quality of the diet, This suggests that other factors contributed to the health harms caused by ultra-processed foods. It also implies that getting the right nutrients elsewhere in the diet may not be enough to cancel out the risks of eating the ultra-processed food. Similarly, attempted by the food industry to improve the nutritional value of ultra-processed food by adding more vitamins, that doesn't help. So when you see fortified with vitamin D or this, fortified with vitamin A, fortified this, fortified that, that doesn't actually help at all. So the Italian study, which found that inflammatory markers such as higher white blood cell count, when higher in the groups that ate the most ultra-processed foods, our bodies may trigger an inflammatory response for any number of reasons. For example, if we catch a cold or get cut, the body responds by sending signals to our immune cells, such as white blood cells, to attack the invading pathogens, such as bacteria or viruses. Usually our inflammatory responses resolve quickly, but for some people that develop chronic inflammation throughout the body, this can cause tissue damage and is involved with many chronic illnesses such as cancer and cardiovascular disease, as I've said many, many thousands of times. So this also is the ultra-processed foods, increased risk of inflammation and immune dysregulation. So ultra-processed foods and human health, epidemiological evidence of mechanisms. There is just low-grade inflammation, ultra-processed food consumption. A review. The abstract is low-grade inflammation alters the homeostasis of the organism and favors the onset of many chronic diseases. The global growth of the prevalence of non-communicable diseases in recent years has been accompanied by an increase in consumption of ultra-processed foods, UPFs, known to be hyperpalatable, economic and ready to eat. Increased consumption of UPF have already been recognized as a risk factor for several chronic diseases. Different research groups have tried to investigate whether UPF's consumption could promote low-grade inflammation and thus favor the development of non-communicable diseases. Current evidence highlights the adverse health effects of UPF characteristics, not only due to the nutrients provided in a diet rich in ultra processed foods, but also due to the nutritive component presented by UPFs and the effect that they may have on gut health, which it destroys your gut microbiome. This review aims to similarly summarize the available evidence about it. So we can go on and on and on. It leads to low-grade neural inflammation, which causes cognitive impairment also, along with the matter of, in fact, shrinks gray matter, those sorts of things. Now, to me, if this wasn't tied to so much, it would be one thing. And if we just acknowledged that people eating like this was not healthy for them, it would be different. But pizza is the everything food. Ice cream is seen as like a treat. It is not a treat. Like, it is actually, you can eat it as a treat and everything like that, but it is actually bad for you. It would be much better to do yogurt, like, instead of just sugar and cream, do yogurt. Like, yogurt is creamy and everything like that. It's so strange, I just wish, and this is true, like, I just wish these people could get there, right? I get very angry often, and that's why I'm called that angry bald man. But I get very angry at these people, not because I want to see anything bad happen to them, but I get angry with them because, my God, like, the precedence it sets to her audience, like, she's like all happy holding up the shit that's going to cause her to have to make a video about her inflammation, crying. Like, she's like, oh, look at these cookies I'm about to eat. And then a week from now, if she sticks to pattern, which may or may not happen, she'll make a video saying like, oh, I just had a flare up. Like, she literally just made a video kind of being like, ha ha, I finally stepped outside after having an inflammation flare up. I defeated you. Like, what the fuck did you think you won? Like, it's a weird thing, right? But instead of being like, wow, I had another inflammatory flare up, I better change my ways, she's picturing herself eating a bunch of fucking cookies. So, I have a hard time empathizing with her because it's self-harm, but I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand why we continue to somehow applaud this. If you look at some of her comment sections, especially on TikTok, it's people talking like, oh, you're awesome. Oh, you're this. She's a pathetic, damn near worthless net negative for society. And I know people are like, oh my God, that's so harsh. What about it is untrue? Like, what about me saying that she is a net negative on society is untrue? She is convincing people, stupid people, that what she's done to herself is somehow not her fault. She's convincing people, stupid people, that if they're as big as her, they don't need to change that. They just need to somehow get super strong and go running and shit. It's a net negative. Anybody that is fat that listens to her fitness advice is really going to end up very, very, very injured. She pretends that this is not a real thing. Like, it's all clicks and likes and shit like that. And that's why I think I'm at this stage today where I'm just like, I don't even understand where we're at with this. This Elena, I lost 40 to 60 pounds and kept it off for over a year, and my lupus has never been better. That is awesome. Elena, yeah. I wanted to say Eliana. I don't know why. But that's awesome. So I'll take a couple questions about this. I just want everybody to understand, like, when I talk about these things, it's not because it's not because it's just like my opinion. I read study after study after study after study about this stuff. It's just important, So I also want to let everybody know, here is our Make America Healthy Again coaching sales. We have 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, and month to month, very discounted. If you are having trouble this holiday season, give yourself the gift of getting healthy in 2025. She has no desire to change. She just desires the attention. I am 51, and I have now lost 109 pounds since I started in January during perimenopause. It was all about the will. There's a way. Everybody congratulate Jennifer. That is unbelievable. That is such a great job. 109 pounds down in a year. That is outstanding, especially during perimenopause, which I'm very impressed. Stay active. Make sure you're hydrating. Just stay consistent, and that's what it can do. So everybody, please, in the chat, tell Jennifer that she is her own hero and has done an amazing job, because that is what this is all about. we've got to stop lying to each other. We've got to stop the whole political correct bullshit of this stuff. It's just not going to work for people, right? It's just not good. So, active, carnivore, and lots of water. I actually am writing an article right now. I'm using AI to help myself write an article about the ketogenic and carnivore diets, about how they're good for inflammation, how they're excellent for. Does everybody know that the ketogenic diet was developed for epileptics, like epilepsy, and shows massive, incredible benefits for people that have epilepsy? It's this impressive thing. And I just wish we could get there to the point in society where we can stop basically coddling morbidly obese people and stuff like that. And instead of coddling them, like, let's say, hey, you need to get moving on this. You need to really do the very best you can to get your life in order, not just for yourself, but for society, the planet, that sort of thing. So let's be realistic about this for her, for everybody. Well, I didn't know that being keto low carb helps with my hunger. Oh, I did know that being keto and low carb helps with my hunger. Absolutely, it does. It's excellent appetite control. How long did it take you to get over the keto flu? Normally, people have it for a week or two. I did. My family history has epilepsy. I'm very good doing the research. My sibling had a bout of irregular heartbeats that would result in fainting spells. They're not obese at all, but their constant drinking of soda every day is what caused it. They cut it way down. They should eliminate it. And the reason why that's happening, Tishabel, is that it's very likely that they're receiving such heavy insulin spikes that it's causing them to almost go into like a diabetic coma. I would have a hard time believing that there's not some insulin resistance going on there, that sort of thing. Yes, they do. They hurt everybody. I was watching 90 Day Fiance a while ago, and a couple that are carnivore were eating a stick of butter during breaks. Thoughts on that? I think it's personally gross. I would rather just eat some meat, but I do heavily butter anything I cook in a pan. I do heavily butter. We use Amish, like organic Amish made butter, but just to eat a stick of butter. It's not bad for you, but it's disgusting. It's so gross. I'm kind of getting a little nauseous talking about it, to be honest. It's like in the South, sometimes they'll eat what's called fatback. And it's literally just like the strap of fat off of the back of a pig. And they'll either fry it or they'll broil it. So it's just a slice of fat. Don't get me wrong. There's very few things in the world that I like better than a very, very, very well-seasoned, well-grilled, fatty ribeye steak. But to just eat a steak made up of 100% fat makes me want to kind of throw up. It makes me want to kind of puke. I'm just going to say that. So fried back fat is delicious. Ooh, just one word. Ooh. I love fried fat back. You guys are, what the fuck? I'm second guessing all you motherfuckers right now. So I'm just kidding. You do you. One of my favorite things in the world when I used to eat bread was a condiment sandwich. It was mayo, American cheese, and pickles on bread. So I made bread the other day, and Chris was like, not only did I make bread, but we made our own pickles. So I had a condiment sandwich. So the only thing I didn't make from scratch was the mayo, and I'm going to do that here in the new year also. They should call it Big Backs. They should call it Big Backs. That's very true. Very, very, very true. But I will be back 5 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I'm debating. I have a video I may do, but we also I may do. There's 2 videos I may do. One is kind of like a fitness one, and the other one is more along the lines of some suggestions about obesity. But I'll be back at 5 p.m. tonight. Then we'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time. Myself, Mark Lobliner, Evening Rants, talking about all of the politics things that people don't want to say. We do it. We're going to be on YouTube with it on the Evening Rants YouTube channel until they pull that motherfucker. There's already a warning and a strike on it, so it's not going to be much longer. But we'll be on there. If not, you can join me at the MFing COO or at Mark Lobliner on X. We are also at Evening Rants on Rumble and on Spreely. It's an app you can download right onto your smart TV and watch us live right on your TV. Which why wouldn't you do, why wouldn't you want me on your big screen screaming at you? I don't understand. Like why you wouldn't just want me there yelling right in your face, full size, instead of your phone? It could just be like my huge ass bald head screaming at you. I don't know why you wouldn't want that. It's weird. Alan, your videos help me stay on track. The live stream motivate me when I rewatch them during AM workouts. I'm doing keto plus intermittent fasting, and it helps my PCOS. That is outstanding. And Rachel, if you're still having more trouble with your PCOS, you can get yourself some Alchemy. Alchemy has 2 ingredients in it that have been shown to help with insulin resistance, but also very, very much so. The hydroberberine has been shown to be just as effective, if not more effective, than metformin for women with PCOS. I wrote an article on that that's on my X account right now. You can go to my X and just start looking through the articles I've written. I'm going to start trying to write an AI article at least a day or every other day about health, fitness, that sort of thing too. So please do check that out. Evening Rants on YouTube. Might have to check that out. Thank you very much. And everybody, I will be back at 5 p.m. Eastern time, then 8 p.m. Eastern time, and then we'll be back tomorrow too. But I hope you all have a great goddamn day. Damn. Goddamn. Why did I just say damn? No, goddamn. It's like I haven't said this catchphrase for the last fucking 8 years. So it's not that hard either. But you're fired, ADHD. Bye.
Ladies, come here. If you want to burn body fat, not just a little bit, but a lot, I got the perfect stack for you. It's 3 products. Ember, which is a powerful thermogenic that you take in the morning, suppresses your appetite to a degree, and it raises your metabolic rate and have you burning calories all day long. Alchemy. What Alchemy is going to do is it allows you to eat those carbs in your meal guilt-free. It's going to take those carbs and burn it off as fuel, so you have plenty of energy throughout the day. Before you go to bed, you're going to take no morbidity. It's the best part of the stack because while you sleep, a deep, restful sleep, it's going to be burning calories, burning fat all night long. So you're going to wake up not feeling groggy, feeling refreshed, ready to go about your day. So we got you covered all day long. This is called the Holy Trinity Stack. And ladies, it's for y'all, for the queens.